welcome to the Daily Bible Reading Show. I'm thinking of just one verse today, and it's Galatians 2:17. I've been kind of like puzzling over this verse over the past week because it's a verse that says or implies that Christ promotes sin. Actually, a bunch of people were talking about this verse ever since we've heard it in a sermon on Sunday, and over dinner they're saying, how is it that Christ can promote sin? Or one translation even has, is Christ the servant of sin. So I thought, I'd think about this a bit more and I'd share that with you. So Galatians 2:17, interesting euro. Anyway, from memory, I might get this not exactly completely correct. But I think Paul says if we endeavor to be justified in Christ, we too are found to be sinners. Does this mean that Christ promotes sin? So it's kind of like an accusation. Hey Paul, the Christ that you're preaching, the Christ that justifies us from sin, somehow seems to be promoting sinful behavior. It's really a serious charge, because I think what they're saying is the crowd you hang out with, they're all sinners. Paul, I hang out with really very suspicious characters, and maybe from your friends, people look at you and your friends, they think that Christ is endorsing that kind of sinful behavior. And you know what, actually I don't have like a really good answer to it. I don't know like the Greek or whatever, and people are looking at different translations, and I think that can be helpful. But my take on this is to maybe look at the complete opposite accusation. Imagine if people accused you of saying, in the effort of being justified through good works, we too were found to be good people. And does that mean that Christ promotes good behavior? And some of us, we hear that and go, wow, you'd be so good. People accuse us of being such good people, and we hang out all the right crowd, and therefore people thought that, wow, you Christians are so good. And somehow the conclusion that Christ promotes this good behavior might imply that the way that we are saved is through our good behavior. The way that we are saved is through our good works. And actually, I wonder if we would say together with Paul, absolutely not. It's Christ and Christ alone. And so actually, when you think of it, to be accused the way that Paul is, that he's hanging out with the wrong crowd, that somehow he's too gracious, too forgiving, and maybe even too accepting of people who are considered as sinners, might not be a bad thing. And actually, it just means that actually the gospel really does say that it's all Christ and not us. It's not our good behaviors that justifies us, and that even Christ's death on the cross can forgive us as sinners. Well, just some thought in my head. I'm not sure if that's helpful or not, but I'm still puzzling over it. It's really a good verse, isn't it? To be accused of maybe being too accepting, too generous, too gracious towards the people around you. I think that might be actually a good kind of accusation to have leveled against us, especially if we really are preaching a gospel of grace alone, Christ alone, by faith alone. Anyway, this is a Daily Bible Reading Show looking at Galatians 2:17 in KL.